make sure you are following along with your checklist that I pass out to you. And then also make sure that you are like trying your best to use all of the tools. As I go through this video, you can pause it and do the steps on your own so that way you are not missing anything. So let's get into it. On your computer, you are going to open up a new tab on your web browser and go to Photopea. So it's spelled photo and then like P like the vegetable. Once you have that open, you are going to click on New Project. Whenever you create a new project on Photopea, it's really important that you label your project so that way you can find it easily when we go to save it and use it again in the future. So where it says name, I'm going to title mine Burger Practice. So that way when it downloads onto my computer and I try to open it again later, I can just search for that file name Burger Practice and it will come right up. I'm going to change this to inches just so it's a little easier for me to work with. And then I'm going to change the size to 10 inches by 10 inches. And you can set the background to whatever you want for this. If you want to have a transparent background, you can make it transparent, you can make it black or white. I don't really care what you want, but just so you know in the future, that's where you can change your background. And then you'll go ahead and click on Create. So your screen will look something like mine now. And what we're going to do is work through creating multiple layers. Whenever you create a new layer, you'll always want to label it first. So right now, mine says background. I'm going to label that bottom bun. That is going to be the first part of our burger is the bottom bun. We're going to build this up kind of like we would like a sandwich. That's very similar to how layers work, and you will see that as I go through here. So I labeled my layer. It says bottom bun. And the first tool we're going to use is the brush tool. So all of your tools are going to be on the left-hand side of your panel here. And if I ever click on one of the tools like I did with my brush tool, you'll notice that it usually has some more options. But like I said, I just need to use the brush tool. Up at the top is then where I can adjust my brush tool. So I'm going to adjust the size of it. And I think I want to go for about 500 pixels is a good size. You want it to fill up like most of your workspace. Here you'll see there's some different like brush sizes and stuff like that, but we're going to keep it in its settings that it currently is. So size about 500 pixels. And then the next thing that you are going to do is change the color. So bottom left-hand corner, you'll see like two different boxes. Mine is currently black and white. And I'm going to select that. And then I'm going to pick like a brown color for my bun. So brown is typically going to be like in the orange section. So you'll see kind of over here, you'll have some different brown colors. I'm going to go for like a light toasty brown color and then click OK. Now I have my brush. I'm going to click it one time and I have a bun, and that is our first layer. The next layer we're going to create is a burger or like the patty, the meat patty. So on the right hand side, down at the very bottom, there'll be like a sticky note looking icon, and that is a new layer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on new layer. Whenever you create a new layer, you'll notice that it goes to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and label this, and this is going to be our burger. And then I'm going to, again, use my brush tool to create the burger, but I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller than my bun. So that seems like a good size. It's about 400 pixels. I'm going to select my color. So it's a little bit darker this time. Like a burger is usually a little bit of a darker brown, depending on how cooked you like it. Click OK. I'm going to go over here and click once. And you'll notice, since my burger is on top, it's the layer that's on top, it's covering up part of my bun, which is perfect. That's what we want. A couple other tools that we are going to practice here on the burger layer is using the dodge and the burn tool. So on the right hand side, you'll see like a little pin almost, and it says dodge tool next to it. If I click on it, click on that tool, you'll also see that there is a burn tool. We're going to start with the burn tool. If you can guess what burn means, it's going to make it darker. So if I click on that burn tool and I start to kind of go over my burger, it'll make it darker. So this is a great tool when you are using like photo editing to like darken something or maybe add like a shadow under something. So that's a really handy tool to use. So the burn tool, burn means darker. It's going to make it darker. And then if I click back on that tool and use dodge, the dodge tool is going to actually make it lighter. So this is, again, a good tool if you want to try to make something have like some highlights on it, or if you want to change the value and make it lighter. So I'm just going to add some like grease marks or whatever you want to call it, but practice using both the dodge and the burn tool. We are going to move on to our third layer. So down at the bottom, I'm going to click on my new layer icon, and we're going to go ahead and label it first. So this layer, we are going to be creating our lettuce. All right, so we have our lettuce layer. We are again going to use our brush tool, but in a little bit of a different way. So I'm going to come over here, select my brush tool. I'm going to make it a lot smaller. We're going to use our brush tool as a way to draw this time. So I have mine set to about 40 pixels. And then down at the bottom, we're going to select our color. So for lettuce, we probably want some sort of a green color. Click OK. And I'm going to start to draw a piece of lettuce. So your lettuce can be wavy, abstract, however you want your lettuce to look. And I just want to make sure that when I make my shape that it is fully enclosed. The next tool I'm going to use is my paint bucket tool. My paint bucket tool is going to be under the gradient. I just forgot for a second there. All right. So again, some of your tools are hiding under other tools, which is kind of hard, but if you just click on some of them, you'll probably find what you need. So I clicked on my gradient tool. The paint bucket tool is right under that. And then if I fill in right where I made my shape, if I click once and if I click a second time, it'll fill it in completely. So I just used the brush tool to make an outline on my lettuce, and then I filled it in with the paint bucket tool. The next layer we're going to create, so we're going to create a new layer, is going to be our cheese layer. So we're going to click on cheese or type in cheese. And for this layer, we are going to use the shape tool. So the shape tool is going to be kind of towards the bottom. And if I click on it, you'll see that there's lots of shapes. There's circles, there's lines. You can do a custom shape, but we're going to just keep it on a rectangle. And for the fill, you can find the fill either at the top where it says fill, and you can select a color that way. Or you can do it like we have been down at the bottom of your toolbox. And I'm going to draw a square piece of cheese over my burger. All right. And I'm going to want to edit this to add some like holes, like thinking like a Swiss cheese little situation here. But this is a shape. So I'm just going to show you, for example, there's an eraser tool. I'm going to click on it to use it. I'm going to make my eraser just a little bit bigger. But if I try to click on my shape, it's going to say that I can't edit it. So we have to do this fancy thing called rasterizing the shape. So you can either click on the layer. So I'm going to 2-finger click on my layer, and you can click on rasterize right there, which I would say is like the easiest way to do it. You can also go up to layer and rasterize it there as well. Okay, so now my layer is editable. I can click on it with my eraser tool and I can add some holes for my cheese. We are going to do one more layer together, and that is going to be a tomato. So I'm going to go back down here and click on new layer and click on or label tomato. For this, I'm going to let you use whatever tool you want to use that we have practiced so far. So you can use a brush or a shape, or you could like draw a circle and fill it in with the paint bucket tool. For me, I'm just going to use a brush tool because I think that works out pretty well. So I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to make it about the size of a tomato, maybe a little bit bigger. So I have it set at like 300 pixels. Change my color. So I'm going to make sure that it is red or a reddish color. And click one time. For this, we are going to use a couple other tools. So first, I'm going to make like the designs or the patterns that are on a tomato using my brush tool. So I'm going to make my brush tool just a little bit smaller so I can kind of draw with it. And usually a tomato has like a lighter colored kind of inside. So I'm just going to kind of draw some shapes that resemble like the inside of the tomato. If it's not perfect, that's okay. The goal here is that we're just practicing. And then on the left-hand side, again, where all my tools are, you can have two different options. So there's like a teardrop and there's a blur, or you can also use the smudge. They do kind of similar things. I'll show you the blur tool first. But if I start to go around like the edges of where I just drew with the paint, you'll kind of notice that it makes the outside edges kind of like fuzzy. And I can adjust the strength of it up at the top. I can adjust whatever brush I want to use up at the top. But the blur tool is really good, especially when we go to use photo editing and we're combining like multiple photos together. It can kind of make your edges a little soft, and that way it'll make it look like it's more like combined well together and not like two separate images copied and pasted on top of each other. The other tool is a smudge tool, and it does something similar, but it's going to like drag it just a little bit more. So if I go back and forth, you'll notice that it's like smudging it or smearing it. So think about like if you took your finger through some paint and like drug it through, it's going to smear it. So that's kind of what the smudge tool does. It's a little bit more drastic than the blur tool, but go ahead and give both a try just so you can practice using both the smudge and the blur tool. So as you can see, we have 5 different layers so far. How layers work is whatever's on top is going to be what is showing, and everything underneath is going to be hidden. So if I ever want to like move my tomato layer so it's under my cheese, I can just drag that layer underneath the cheese. Or if I want my lettuce to be on top, I can drag it all the way to the top. So that is why it's really important that you label your layers as you are going, because I can easily adjust things as I need to. From here, you are going to be creating additional layers on your own. So I want you to create a burger that has at least 8 layers. So we made 5. You need to make 3 more on your own. Make sure that you are labeling your layer as you create it. There are some different options for you as far as like what you could add onto your burger. You can use like pickles, onions, ketchup, mustard, cucumbers, fried eggs, peppers, whatever you want onto your burger. I just want you to continue to use at least one tool on each layer that you create. Okay? So have fun creating. I can't wait to see how your burgers turned out. We will get these turned in, so you'll have to make sure that you take a screenshot of your work and all of the layers as well when you are finished. So have fun creating, and let me know if you have any questions.